it's not going to fly. It's not going to fly like that.
Most of the ones you're going to see today are less than 100 years old. The last time they clear cut in this area was about 60 years ago. So just in like the 1980s is when they stopped.
So those tall ones that we've come through, those were...
Yeah. Most of the trees you saw back down through there are less than 100 years. Yeah.
Wow, they go that fast.
In 60 years, a redwood tree can get to be like, like that big around, like 3 feet in diameter. 60
wow.
years. Yeah, they grow. They're one of the fastest growing softwood trees in the world.
Now, how high can they get, and how long can they live?
Well, the oldest trees out now, there are two different kinds of redwoods. You have these coastal redwoods, and then you have what they call the sequoia trees, which are also, like up in Sequoia and places like that, up in the Sierras. Those trees can be up to 50 feet in diameter, and they can be over 3,000 years old. These trees, the largest trees they found here was back in the 1890s, and they were, I think the largest tree they ever found was 23 feet in diameter, and it was about 2,500 years old. And we don't know whether they would grow longer. Of course, it's a thing of over time. It's been 100 years since that happened, or 150 years since that happened. So since we cut those trees down, so we don't really know how big they might have gotten if they had longer to grow. But they like in most trees, you can count the rings, the year growth, And we're going to pass a tree up here at a place called Grove that is about 1,100 years old, and it's right off the train. It's right next to the tracks. It's the oldest tree left around here that they didn't cut down. And the reason they didn't cut it down was because it had been hit by lightning so many times that they knew that if they tried to fall that tree, it would shatter in the ground. So there was no reason to cut it down. It had no economic value, so they left it stand.
Riding on the city of New Orleans, Illinois Central, Monday morning rail. 15 cars and 15 restless riders, 3 conductors, 25 sacks of mail. All along the southbound Odyssey, the train pulls out at Kankakee and rolls along past houses, farms, and fields, passing trains that have no name, and freight yards full of old black men, and the graveyards of the rusted automobiles. Good morning, America, how are ya? Said, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Dealing card games with the old man in the club cars. Penny a point, ain't no one keeping score. Pass the paper bag that holds the bottle, and feel the wheels rumbling neath the floor. And the sons of Pullman porters and the sons of engineers ride their father's magic carpets made of steel. And mothers with their babes asleep are rocking to the gentle beat, and the rhythm of the rails is all they feel. Good morning, America, how are ya? Said, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Nighttime on the city of New Orleans, changing cars in Memphis, Tennessee. Halfway home, and we'll be there by morning. Through the Mississippi darkness, rolling down to the sea. But all the towns and people seem to fade into a bad dream, and the steel rail still ain't heard the news. The conductor sings his songs again, the passengers will please refrain. This train got to disappear in railroad blues. Good night, America, how are you? Say, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day